So if you're brand new to the guitar, you just picked it up, maybe this is day one playing the guitar, you need to get certain things under your fingers right away before you worry about anything else. I know that sounds strange, but if you learn a couple things first, the guitar is trivially easy to learn. It takes a while to be a master musician, but learning and getting the ideas is a lot easier than you might think. As an example, you learned already, hopefully, to tune your guitar. You're tuned it to standard. So the first 4 strings are going to have the names E, A, D, and G. So we know the strings. If we still had our tuner on the guitar, we could easily figure out what the notes are on each string wherever they are. But especially down close to the neck, we can go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So now we know the basic notes. If we didn't learn them, if we didn't know them specifically, the tuner would just tell us what they were, and we just have to get used to it. But here's the takeaway that makes all the difference. You notice that between many of the notes, we skip a fret. Between a couple of them, we don't skip the fret. And that's the notes B and C, the notes E and F. Everywhere else, we skip a fret. So keep this in mind. Now I'm going to show you the 2 things you need to know, and there's really just 2, in order to really start working everything out with the guitar quick. The first is what's commonly called a power chord. Now we're going to pick the C note for our first finger, and we're going to put our 3rd finger down 1 string and over 2 frets, and then right below it put our baby finger. Okay, that position right there is magic. It gives you 2 neat clues. They're not going to make sense just yet, but before the end of this, we're going to have them making sense. If this note's a C, the 5th in the C major scale is a G note. And so that's what's right down below 1 string 2 frets over, and the fret right below that, the string right below that, that is another C note, the octave. So we have C and its octave. You might say, what's that helping me with? Well, we're going to see that. Because the other thing we need to know is we need to know how to do the C major scale. So the C major scale goes C, D, E, F. There's another layer to it, but this little pattern, skip a fret, note, skip a fret, note, don't skip a fret, is the pattern that we need to know for our C major scale. And here's the way to play this. Is kind of fun. We go C, D, C, D, and then we just do these 2. And that's the first string's worth, the first 4 notes of our C major scale. Now watch, here we come back to that little power chord routine. We know that's a G. The note that comes after F is G. We start again on A after the G. But we go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You notice the B, C, and the E, F, those are just right side by each. And there they go. So look what we've just done. We figured out how to map notes on the fretboard using our little power chord notation. I know how to get an octave of whatever note I'm at, and I know how to get the 5th of whatever I'm working on. Well, that's cool. Now, of course, I've got to be able to count them up and to know their note names, but we've got them sitting right there. And this is the power that we're going to be exploiting through the next 5 days of lessons on this course. So if you like what I'm saying to you, if you like learning really quick, like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to do this for 4 more days, and we're going to get this down so that it's really, really quick to get playing the guitar, especially if this is your first time starting out playing the guitar. We don't want to get bogged down. And you might say, well, what could I do with this? Well, my intro little riff, that is just an example of how to apply this information. If I just play the notes, well, that's the C major scale. And you might say, wait, that's not the C major scale, you're on totally different strings. Well, remember how that octave worked. If I have my C, D, E, F, G, let me use a G here, I can find where G is again. Well, it's right above that C note. That's the note we were playing. If I shift up, I can do the same thing for the A note. We've got an octave up. If I come back to here, I know that's an F note and I can play it down again. You might say, oh wait, we didn't play that note as part of your scale. We did. It's just up here. F. Look at that. We're mapping through the keyboard lightning quick. It's just one tool we're using. It's that little extended power chord. And that's giving us the insights we need. And when I want to play that intro riff again, and I want it to sound fuller, well, I just play the power chord. Now, if you were around in the 80s, you know where this all came from. I'm actually playing it down a couple of notes, but we hear that riff all the time. We know it. It's a great little run up. This is our first lesson, day one. Look at what we've done, and we're using two tools and the fact that we know how to tune our guitar. And if you don't know how to tune your guitar, lots of people tell you how to do that. But this has let us map the fretboard really easily and start getting the all-important knowledge we need in order to start playing the guitar really well. How much work do you got to put in? Watch this video once, twice. Hopefully it's about 5 minutes long. Hopefully you do watch it a few times. But then put another 10 minutes of practice in. Work these ideas. We're going to start the next video with a review of this, and then we're going to add to it and keep it going. And you're going to be surprised. 5 days from now, you're going to be amazed what you can do on the guitar.